The Big Short Michael Burry is warning right now about the mother of all crashes. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. No time to waste, let's get into this right away. This is an article that was written about the tweets that were put out by Michael Burry. I've been covering this thoroughly. I'll show you more examples in a second, but you can see what he had to say directly from him. I think it's important to look first at his Twitter account. His Twitter account is regularly deleted. All of the tweets get removed. He does this very, very frequently, and this here is just how he makes his points. You can go in to actually see the archive of the previous tweets. There's a Twitter account, as I have here, Burry Archive. This is what he had to say. This is the most important one. Quote, "All hype speculation is doing is drawing in retail before the mother of all crashes." That's his quote. That's coming directly from him. And I wanted to stop for a minute and analyze what he's talking about. In every single cycle, retail is always the last one. Whenever there is an abundance of retail trading happening, that's when you have the cycle that follows after. Okay, this is not a good sign generally. Now, there's more technology today that makes it easier for traders. There's more basically information being disseminated throughout the internet today more than ever before. There are ways for people to get in that didn't exist previously. So of course, this is always really needed to be taken into account, always. But he makes a good point. FOMO, fear of missing out, parabolas don't resolve sideways. Then he talks about cryptocurrencies. When crypto falls from trillions or meme stocks fall from tens of billions, Main Street losses will approach the size of countries. History ain't changed. And I know a lot of people might be thinking, what does he know about crypto? What does he know about meme stocks? And so on. But I think it's important to address what happens every single time that you see these things starting to surge up like crazy. And that is, they can actually revert to the mean and beyond in a very short period of time. Those who are supporters of, let's say, Bitcoin or one of these meme stocks, these things here, of course, they may continue to hold forever. But you see the speculation when the price can go up and multiply in such a short period of time. So that tells you that while you do have actual true fans, true supporters, true believers in something, you have a lot of speculation that rides with it. So it becomes very risky. And of course, a lot of people can't stomach those periods of time. Look at what happened with Bitcoin, 20,000 down to 3,000. That shook out a lot of individuals. Maybe that was some people who got in very early, they cashed out. Who knows what it could have been, but that's the point that he's trying to make. I'm simply trying to clarify what you do with your money, with your investments. That's up to you. Then you made this point, which I think is really, really key. Knowing saves half the battle. Got it? It's not hard. Analyze, think independently, be informed, find the data, and you'll know a lot that no one else does. And that sounds like a lot like the money GPS. Dig into the information that the mainstream won't. Or when the mainstream touches on it, it goes to the very back, the information nobody wants to touch. That's what the money GPS is all about. So I'm happy that something like this was actually written. And he had this as well. Some stocks, funds cannot own for now. Maybe one-time book, one-time sales, growing fast. But pink sheets, federal laws, clients in certain jurisdictions. Some cases there is a path to funds gaining the ability to own such. Knowing saves half the battle. Capiche? So that's what he's saying here, trying to give some insight as to where potentially there are some opportunities. Then he had this from a little bit earlier. I think this was from a few days ago. On this, the Fed is not wrong. Quote, "If inflation exceeds 2% too much or for too long, it might lead businesses and consumers to anticipate more inflation in the future, which can become self-fulfilling." And then he puts hashtag prophecy, whistling past the graveyard. So it is true of what we see with inflation, and I think people should be aware of what's happening with it. This is so key, so key. And he's just making a point, okay? That's all. Look, I've done a lot of these videos about Michael Burry. You can see them right here. Just type in the Money GPS, Michael Burry or The Big Short, and you will see. And a lot of people ask me, well, what is he buying? Or what is he shorting? Or what is he doing? What happened with his tweets? Why are they like this? They are all explained in these videos. Simply do a search on this platform or a search engine and type in the Money GPS, one word, and type in Michael Burry. Okay, you will find all of that information. I've covered it all. I will continue to bring you updates in the future. What do you think is going on right now?